Hey everyone, it's Carrie. I wanted to take the opportunity to get outdoors while it's nice and the kids are inside taking a nap. So that way I could have a peaceful yoga session with you guys today. Please remember that everything we do is going to be on the ground. So if you want to take this opportunity to go ahead, get settled down, we do start in butterfly each session. So if you guys want to meet me on the mat, I brought out a beach towel and my water with me today. Again, everything go at your own pace. If you want to hold a stretch longer than what we were doing, feel free to. You know, this is your workout. You will get, whatever you put into it. Do whatever's best for your body. Listen to your body. If there's any music that you want playing in the background, you're more than welcome to put that on. And listen to, whatever is soothing for you. I'm not a extreme yogi. I would consider this more of a stretching session, cool down, something that's good for people with disabilities, people with limitations, families, kids, adults, any of us, just to slow down, relax, and get in a good stretch for the day. So I will meet you over at my mat, which is my beach towel. I'm getting ready for the summer. I will meet you there in butterfly. All right, for butterfly, we want to pull our feet in towards us as much as we can. Sit up nice and straight. Let your legs relax, hang down. And we're just going to sit here for a moment, letting our hips fall towards the ground. Taking a few deep breaths, just relaxing, starting to unwind, letting go of all of everything that's been going on in the world, maybe in your house today. Let's just go ahead and take a few more deep breaths. I'd like for you to take that right ear to your right shoulder. You can close your eyes. Please make sure you're sitting up nice and straight, long spine. If you want to deepen that stretch, take your right hand, or your left hand, I'm sorry, and reach it towards the ground beside you. Remember to keep taking deep breaths. And let's go ahead and tuck our chins forward, looking down towards the ground. Relieving some of that stress from today. And continue to breathe. You'll find your breaths throughout. And let's go ahead and take that left ear to your left shoulder. If you want to deepen the stretch, take your right hand and reach it towards the ground beside you. And let's go ahead, come on up. And if you're able, let's go ahead and fall forward. Let's keep our chest straight, backs in a line. And throughout this, you will find that we are going to bend over, but this one I want you guys to have flat backs. So you should feel a deeper stretch in your hips. Let's take our left leg forward. One leg out in front of you. We want to make sure that your knees are pointing up to the sky. Toes can be flexed or pointed. It's up to you. And we're going to, keeping that same straight back, reach down. If you're reaching down where your knee's popping up, that's a little bit too much of a reach. So I want you to reach as far as you can, where that leg does not want to start bending. You can gaze down at your knee, you can rest your arms, your head, you know, whatever's comfortable for your flexibility level. From here, we're going to come on up. We're going to close that back leg behind us. This is something that I call closed butterfly. I'm not sure if it exactly is a name or not, but I think of it because this is butterfly, and here's one of its wings is closed. So we're going to go into our closed butterfly. As a way to transition over into pigeon. So for pigeon, you will see that my knee, I'm directly over my knee. My foot is out, it's not behind me. We want to try to get it away from our body. And you want to be center over you. You know, sitting over here, I don't want to see you leaning here. You want to be directly over your hip. Slide that leg out. And there are some variations for while we're here. You can stay here. If you want to deepen the stretch, you can lay here. You can reaching your arms out in front of you. You can come on your elbows. You can reach your hands up. You can reach one arm up. Or for some of you who want to deepen the stretch, you can grab that back foot. Again, this is your workout, and you are going to get whatever you want out of it. So through this, pick what modifications which suit you best. Remember to take breaths. Remember to listen to your breathing. Just relax. I'm not going to talk your ears off a lot during this because I do know that some of you may be joining as a way to unwind for everything going on in the world. Maybe this is your quiet time while your kids are napping as well. You know, I want you guys to listen to maybe the music you have on at home, listen to nature, really take the chance to reground. So that way we can continue to make it through this all together. And from here we are going to come back up into that closed butterfly and all the way around to butterfly. Make sure you pull your feet in a little bit closer this time. Sitting up nice and straight. And we are going to take that right leg out. So I'm going to turn to the side so you guys can see. Right leg out. We want to reach as far as we can down. You can tuck your chin. You can rest your arms here. Or even if you're not very flexible, just the leaning forward motion as much as you can. Remember not to have your knee popping up. I don't want to see any of this. Well, I can't see any of it, but you can look down for yourself and see. None of this. Make sure that knee is pointing up towards the sky. We don't want to roll it out and reach in. You want to make sure it's up and out. We're going to come on up, come into that closed butterfly again, as a way to transition into our pigeon. So heel out. We want to make sure we're over body and come on out. If this is challenging for some of you, you can go in and try to just expand out that closed butterfly position. This is definitely a big hip opener. It's a great stretch. Make sure your body is directly over as much as possible. Shift your weight. Again, you can do the same modifications. You can do here. You can reach up, both arms, or you can pull your leg back here. Whatever is comfortable for you. This is actually one of my favorite stretches. I actually find myself sitting like this a lot when I'm laying on the floor playing a game with the kids. I will try to do some stretching while I'm down there. So for those of you who want to see from the other side, this is what it looks like. I'm not leaning over. Either way, I'm just stretching and leaning. So if you want to see what it looks like from different angles. All right, from here we're going to come up, back into that closed butterfly and around to butterfly. Scooting your legs in. Each time, hopefully they're getting a little bit closer to your body. As we sit here and relax and let our legs fall down towards the ground, I want you this time to reach over and I want you to round that back. From here, we're going to come up and we are going to go into one of my favorite stretches, which is the straddle. So both legs, how we had one come out each time, both legs are going to come out. So for you, your legs may, find where it's comfortable. And for you, leaning forward may not be an option. Just try to sit up straight and lean forward as much as you can. I was a gymnast, so this stretch is something that I grew up pretty much doing in my sleep. You have options from here. You can have a flat back, reaching forward. Your hands can go out. You can take one arm. You can reach up and over if you'd like. If that's a little too uncomfortable, you can reach one hand down and up and over. And we'll come on up. And if you want to switch sides, so now we're going to reach that right hand to our left foot. You should notice that as you breathe, as your muscles loosen up, you are able to fall deeper into the stretch. And that is one of our goals for holding these poses a little bit longer than your traditional yoga. And let's go ahead, come on back up. And come back towards the center one more time. Here we're going to come in, we're going to close our legs into a pike. So for this, both legs touching. I want both feet to be pointed up towards the sky. You can rest your hands beside you or on your lap, but I want to see a straight back. From here, I want you to point your toes. And if you can, I want you to reach up nice and high, keeping those toes pointed. Reach as high as you can, and let's go ahead and fall forward. Same thing as before, I don't want to see any knees popping up. I want to make sure that they're nice and flat. When you're reaching forward, make sure that you relax your shoulders. I don't want to see this, I just want to have everybody nice and relaxed. And we're going to go ahead and reach up and bring the arms beside us. Now if you want to flex your feet and point them, and go ahead and flex them and point. And if you just kind of want to switch or do one that maybe feels a little bit better than the other for you, go ahead. Roll them, roll your ankles. And then I want you to take your toes and spread them out, just like you would be reaching your fingers as wide as possible. I want you to try and do that with your toes. And go ahead and relax. So from here, we're going to reach up again, nice and straight. Your toes can be wherever comfortable for you. And go ahead and fall forward. And let's go ahead and slide those hands up. And I want you to place them behind you. You can place them in a fist. You can place them with your hands facing towards you. Or they can go out. Wherever you place them, it will determine on where you're getting a stretch. So we're going to go to reverse camel. So over here, we're going to place our hands down and reach our chest towards our toes. You can gaze up at the sun in my case. Thank goodness I have my sunglasses on right now. And let's go ahead and come back over towards our toes. And let's go ahead and slide back up and place your hands. So if your hands are facing towards your butt this way, you're going to feel more of a stretch along your biceps. If you have them facing outwards, you're going to feel more of a stretch across your chest. Remember to point your chest towards your toes and look up towards the sun. I'm imagining I'm at a beach right now because that's about how it feels how this is shining on me. All right, and let's go ahead and come back nice and center and neutral. So from here, we are going to roll over to our stomachs. I'm going to continue to face long ways for you guys so that way you can see what we're doing. So let's go ahead and we're going to roll over to our stomachs and just feel grounded. I like to call this nap pose. We're going to lay here, put our hands underneath of our chins and just relax for a minute. Grab a sip of water if it's near you. Just relax. All right, so nap time is quick. We don't get to do that often in a session. So from here, I want you to place your hands right beside your chest and push up into Cobra. There are different modifications for Cobra. If you want, you can come down to your elbows, so that way it's not pushing as much strain on your low back. For some of you, you may even just be pushing up this high. Wherever is comfortable for you is perfect. So we want to make sure our feet back here, we want our ankles to be touching. And from here you have two different options. We're going to go from back and forth a couple times from here. That way you guys can pick and choose which one you want, but we are actually going to do a little bit of a flow sequence here. Option one for more of our beginners, therapeutic clients, would be to go ahead and push back into child's pose. For this, your hands are pushing into the ground, your back is rounded. If getting all the way back to child's pose is difficult, you can come into a tabletop. Or for those of you who want to come into something more advanced, we can come into down dog. So go ahead into whichever of those options is best for your fitness level. If you are in down dog like me, you want to strive for your heels to be touching towards the ground, and you want to make sure your neck is relaxed in between your arms, not looking up how I am. I'm just trying to look up so that way you guys can hopefully hear me. And from here, we are all going to come back into our cobra. And back into the second option, so you can come into child's pose, tabletop, or down dog. If you are in down dog, I want you to pedal your heels. If you are in child's pose, I want you to work on pushing those palms in towards the ground. If you are in tabletop, I want you to continue to hold here. You can do a couple cat and cows. However, we will be doing those as a group in a couple minutes. And so from wherever you are, I want you guys to do a quick little chaturanga and back up into cobra. This will be our last one of the sequence, and then we will join back together. And go ahead back into either your tabletop, your child's pose, or down dog. From here, I want everybody to meet me in tabletop. So for tabletop, our shoulders are directly over our wrist. Weight is evenly between our hands and our knees, and we want to have a nice flat back. From here, we're going to go into cow. So for cow, we're going to drop our stomachs. We're going to reach up with our chest and just let everything relax. Let your stomachs hang down towards the ground, continuing to keep that equal weight between your palms and your knees. And then we're going to go ahead and round our spines into cat pose. And let's go ahead and go into cow. And one more time, we're going to round. And come on back down to our neutral table. So from here, I want you to walk your hands up. Meet me on both knees, standing up nice and strong. And from here, we're going to do a couple of modified sun salutations. We're going to take a deep breath in, reach up, and exhale. We're going to do this 4 more times together before we close off class today. Deep breath in, and exhale. Last one. everybody. If you guys can come in on with me, I would like to thank everybody for joining us today. I'd like to let you all know that I continue to keep each and every one of you in my thoughts and prayers during this time. If you guys need anything from myself, from the Y, just know that we are here to help support you with anything that we possibly can. So, we're just an email, a text, a phone call away. Please continue to practice your social distancing and remember to join me again. All right, I will see you guys soon. Thank you.